Oh, snaps. Well, does that surprise you? You know the Muggy Maniac couldn't wait. I've been waiting for this shit. My bad. I apologize. Sorry I didn't wait to show you guys the opening of it, but you know how it is. So anyway, here she. Whoa, wait a minute. See a bunch of goodies and parts. Where's my ride? What? He didn't send me no ride. What the? Oh shit! Wow. Just make yourself at home, why don't you? Well, I know you're a new family member, but I mean, need a cup of coffee? You want some brat fluid? Some diff oil? How can I help you, sir? What's up, Nitro Nation? Muggy Maniac is back in the Nitro Cave. It's like, man, I've been waiting for this shit. I don't know what I was more anxious for to get was this new addition to the Nitro family. Another sick ass, badass, soon to be bashing, freaking uh, maniac machine. Or my motors. I don't know. The motors, I don't know. I'm just excited about 8 scale Nitro, period, man. I got Nitro fever. I'm sick in the head, Nitro. And the only thing missing on this table is another new platform, which would be another new buggy. Okay? Or a new buggy, I should say. I've only got one. She might be jealous if I get another one, but she'll live. So, and then I think I'll be content for a minute. And then we'll just go crazy on all these platforms. But I think right now I'm going to hold off on the buggy. I am looking, but I'm not going to pull any triggers because I don't want to get too backed up. I'm putting a lot on my plate right now, so we need to do some serious nitro feasting, okay? Because my plate's full. I got the muggy over here, okay? Real official, okay? Pa say so, muggy, XTM Mammoth ST, old school, like 13-year-old platform, but is got 2018 love on it and flavor. So we are going to push her to the limit and see if this $200 I invested in this all aluminum steel center 2-speed freaking tranny here is going to be able to hold up to the modified Rex Legend 28.8 Novarossi. Okay? We got a bigger size. We're going to experiment with the Venturi. Okay? 9 is what people run on, the big boy motors and the mods and everything. How about we go 9.5? Okay, I drilled this out, which Novarossi ones are easy to drill out because they're plastic. The ones that are aluminum that come like in the LRP and the OS, and so those are a little bit harder. But these are pretty easy because they're plastic. So this is drilled out to 9.5 mil. So we're going to go a half mil and see what that does. See how throaty she is and how just much it opens up. But anyway, almost done finishing her, putting her in there. That's going to be broken in next few days. We have officially put 4 tanks of baby fluid, nitro Enfamil, through the Reds modified .21 R5 Team Edition. So anyway, without further ado, okay, I will tell you the Reds is one of the easiest motors that I've ever had to break the pleasure of breaking in. And remember, I'm not there. This is what I call when your motor is being born again, because it was already born when it was brand new out of the box. And then once you modify it, you got to break it in again, obviously, so it's being born again, but born again hard. Okay, that's what's going to happen with the next 3 break-ins. That thing's going to be born again hard, people. The Pico will be born again hard. Okay, I'm going to break that one in the Mugen. So anyway, without further ado, welcome our new family member, Mr. or Mrs., whatever you want to call it, MBX7TR. This is, well, they have an 8 out now, but this one has already been proven this year. 2 of them placed in the top 10. I think it's Battle. Is it Battle or Mayfield? I get that mixed up, which one runs Mugen. And he runs Reds too, so who knows? We might throw a Red in here and try it out. But for now, the Reds is just getting broken in the Techno, and then we're going to put it where it belongs in the Mugen, okay? And Techno's going to get an LRP .32 modified in there eventually. And we might throw the Pico in there once it's broken in. So we're kind of going to do a swapping. He's breaking in right now because I want to get that broken in. He's breaking in the motor for the Mugen, and the Mugen's going to break in the motor for him because I don't want to put all the break-in on these platforms that I have and make one platform a break-in machine because it is wear and tear even though it's just breaking in, still. Okay? Everybody gets their fair share and takes on the load of breaking in my shit. Okay? That's how I run my Nitro cave in here, and that's how my platforms, that's how we roll. So Mugen's going to break in the motor, which is the Pico, that'll go in here until the LRP comes back modified from Rick. That Muggy will break in the Novarossi Rex Legend 28.8, and it'll eventually go in here because I think because of the color, that purple will be looking pretty sick sticking out in the back of there. We'll kind of blend in. So this is my new whip, okay? I know, I can't wait. I opened it up, but I will show you guys all I got, okay? So there's that. Let's take the body off. This body, by the way, I like the style somewhat. It is only going to be for bashing. It won't actually sit in my room with it on. This will be a bashing body, probably hanging up on the wall like those bodies over there, which, by the way, I got a brand new, another Phantom, which is these Proline Phantom bodies, and I love the Proline Phantom bodies. Might get a JC Concept body, though. And for now, I'm going to build another one, paint it custom. We're going to do a different flavor for the Mugen. But anyway, the Mugen is going to break in the Pico 28.7 in the next week or so. Got to put her together first, get her back all the cosmetic surgeries got to be complete. Put her back together. Anyway, this is a nice body. It's okay. I like the colors. Oh, excuse me. Tired. Woo. But it's pretty beat down. That's what I mean. This is a bashing body. I mean, you could see when you start looking close. I mean, it looked good in the pictures. But, you know how that goes. And once you get it, you're like, whoa, this is pretty tore up. But it'll work for a basher. And at least I have a body for now until I get another one. So there is the platforms. There it is. Alright, the front end, we'll look at that real quick. Now one thing I do want to let you guys know, this guy raced, right? So there's weights and shit that I got to take off. There's weights in the front I got to take out. There's this one in the back. There was one here I already popped off. Actually, this thing came in that box. The front end wasn't on and the rear end wasn't on. So that's one reason that I unboxed it first, because I had a feeling he took it apart all the way because that box was way too narrow for something like this to fit in there. And when I got the box and I put my Techno up over the box, I'm like, wait a minute. There's no way that this MBX Truggy can be, thinner, not as wide as the Techno or whatever. I mean, a buggy might fit in there barely, but not something like this. So I knew then he took it apart. So I took it out, put the front end on, put the rear end on. This is what I'm looking at, just so you guys know. I mean, this guy raced. You guys raced. I mean, it is pretty clean. Cleaner than I've seen. I've seen worse. The Techno was a lot cleaner, though, than this one even is. And this guy raced. That guy raced, too. But this guy said he raced for Mugen. I don't know if that's true or not. Could have been talking out his ass. But anyway, this screw I'm going to show you is the one screw that I pulled out of one of these, where the steering arm's going. Can you guys see that? See that screw? Can you see that? Look at that. That is the kind of shit that I already know that I'm gonna be dealing with when I take this. When I pull out a screw and it's caked in rust like that, I know what I got ahead of me. A lot of wire wheeling. I already looked at some of the drivetrains and you could just see the buildup on it. So this guy just had it sat around, or this guy maybe he did race it and he cleaned it as well as he could, but he did not tear this thing down. This thing probably hasn't been torn down since it was put together as a kit. I mean, that's the last time it was completely apart. Because most people don't tear it down. I don't know why. People are lazy. Why wouldn't you take something that you spent, and I didn't spend that much on it, but you spend $1,000 on, and once you bash it and thrash it and crash it and smash it and or whatever and race it, you can't just, I mean, I know it works for John. He does not even disassemble all the way down. Okay, I bet you I could take John's, and this is nothing on John. This is the way he is and the way that what works for him, and there's not a right and a wrong way. Just like breaking in motors, there's not a right way and a wrong way. I mean, there's not any one good way, I should say. There's not any one good way to cleaning, but all I know is the best way that you're going to clean a vehicle, I don't give a, excuse my language, give a fuck what you tell me, is tearing it down completely. Now, if you're that guy that's, barely holding on to doing nitro because of the maintenance, then just quit. Go do E-Word, man. This is something you have to do. If you want your shit to last, if you want your shit to perform, unless you got tons of money and you're Daddy Warbucks and you got deep ass pockets and you can just, okay, fuck it, this bolt or this thing is corroded and locked up or seized up because I didn't clean it thoroughly enough. Let me just get a new one. Go ahead, man, but that is where nitro will get expensive. And for a new guy, that'll get frustrating. When you could avoid that, I'm not saying tear it down all the time, but I tear my shit down completely all the way down to nothing. Probably every 3 or 4 times that I bash. Okay? Depending on how dirty it gets. I mean, you guys like Elite, I know he tears this shit all the way down. That JQ Concepts, I know he tore that thing completely apart, and he said it was pretty dirty. Because you don't know what's in this thing, man. When it's when it's brand new, it's different. You're putting it together, and you know what's what. When you get it from somebody, I don't know what oil's in here, how clean it is, how dirty it is. I mean, they feel the shocks, the suspension. It feels freaking plush. I can run this thing just how it is now. The rear, same thing. Maybe a little soft for my taste, for bashing, but still. But I'm gonna not rebuild the shocks. I'm just going to take them. I might have to. It depends how they feel when I take them apart. But I am going to take all the oil out of these things, clean these things thoroughly without taking them completely apart, and then seeing where I am. Then you check, the O-rings. You check if there's any play in the shaft. There's a lot that you need to go over when you buy a used vehicle. It's one of the reasons that I wanted to kind of go through more of it. There might be a part 2 of this. There might be a few different parts. This might be a whole series of me rebuilding this thing and showing the new guy or people that are interested in getting I paid 1/3 of what this thing would cost you brand new. And it is, to me, brand new, and it is in very good shape. Okay? But it's not brand new. Okay? And if you want to go out and spend $700 on one of these, which is about what it'll run with nothing in it, just how you're looking at it now, then go ahead and, to each his own. But I accumulate all this stuff, because I like the thrill of the hunt. And I like taking stuff that's kind of neglected or semi-neglected and bringing it back to its original form, making it nice and fresh again. It's more of a challenge. This is a lot more work, too, because remember, you got to tear this thing down completely, and then you got to put it back together. So it's not as easy. This is harder than building a kit. A kit is easier because you just get the kit, follow the instructions, and you put it together. I don't even have the instructions for this either. The Tecno, I got lucky, and the guy printed one out, so I have that. I'm going to probably print out one or get something for this. I can always go online. I just hate going back and forth on my laptop, and it's a pain in the ass. I'd rather just have the manual in front of me. Manuals are very important. But anyway, get back to what I was talking about. This is what I'm looking at already. When I seen this bolt, and when I pulled it out and seen the rust build up and all the crap in here, I'm like, okay, This guy raced, but doesn't mean he was clean. He's a dirty racer. A dirty racer, dirty racing bastard. But anyway, it's very good shape. You look at the shocks. These shocks are like mint. You don't see a lot of times when you get shocks. Most of the time, they're beat up on the top. Ask Elite. He went through all this with his JQ concepts, I know. I mean, the tops of these towers are virgin. Okay? The front, even. I mean, these shock towers are mint. I mean, there's wear on the front of them and the back here and there, but, I mean, I look for the top part. My Techno ones are worn. I had to buff them out a little bit, These are very, very clean. The shocks, I mean, look at the shocks. These are clean-ass shocks. And these, by the way, I like Mugen shocks. I've never owned a pair. These are the newer ones. The ones I have on my MBX 5, they're a few years old. I mean, they're obviously the older ones. These are the latest ones that Mugen. These are I wanted to buy some of these for the old for my MBX and put them on my buggy, but they're just like $100 just for one. They're you're spending over around $200 for the front and the rear of these shocks kits. But are they worth it? I don't know yet because I haven't run these, but I can tell you Mugen shocks are very, very top quality. One of the best. The Techno ones are awesome too. Those are badass shocks too. So anyway, we've only got carbon fiber on the top radio tray. This here, I've already got that already. I'll show you it already. It came today with this. So, the same day this thing came, it came also. So I've got carbon fiber being replaced. It has plastic ones, but this is aluminum. Okay, we've got an aluminum front chassis brace. The rear gives you an option. There is a plastic one included that's thicker than this, but I am going to replace this one with a beefier one. This is a smaller one. But it hasn't. I mean, it'll work. It'll work for now. But King Heads makes a bigger one. And they give you the whole options so you can put them up. Just like the front one. You can put a longer one or a shorter one. Whatever you want to do. I guess where you want the chassis to not flex or flex. So anyway, like I said, the shocks, I mean, they're freaking tits. Cherry condition. Very well taken care of. They look brand new. The arms got some wear on them, but I've got brand new ones that he gave me. So anyway, that's pretty much what it looks like. The bottom, we'll show you the bottom real quick. We've got like serious trophies. He's got a T-Work skid plate on it, which is cool. I think there's one for the front too. I might put the carbon fiber chassis wrap on it. I was going to put one on the Techno, but they don't make one. Just like the one that I put on the Mugen buggy. I think they look cool. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get to what we got here. We got a bag of parts. All kinds of radio tray shit. It says radio tray, so that's that. We also got front arms. Those will be put on, brand new. We've also got rear arms. Brand new. This is all the shit that came with it. See, I look for platforms that aren't only good deals, but that come with a lot of extra goodies. I know Elite got a lot of shit with his too. This is more carbon fiber, an extra radio tray. We got a 48 spur gear in there and some hubs, extra aluminum hubs. Those are cool, extra. Got a brand new oil filter. I probably won't use because I'm going to throw a motor saver and outerwear like I do on all my vehicles. This is the piece that I got. This is by Extreme Racing. This is made in USA, kids. Any questions? Carbon fiber. This is going on the front, so that's going to go on there. We have some pretty worn out bearings. That's for the, looks like for the, here it is, the steering deal. Here's all my steering shit. Gonna have to go through that, clean it up, see where we're at with that. What else do we got? We also got a clutch bell, more than likely 13. It's a nice clutch bell, nice, vented, probably a Mugen. And we have a 3-shoe clutch. Got plenty of those. What else do we got? Goodies. We have a conical gear deal here. That's for your diff if I need one. We have these little joint shafts, little locking deals. We also have a spur gear, another spur gear. So I got a 48. We have a, what's this, 47. It's probably a 46 that's on there. So we have, oh, cool, brand new bearings for the steering. Nice. And we have a conical or a bevel gear, 12 tooth. So if I wanted to change it, I guess. We got 1, 2 tanks that are filthier than hell. Those will need to be bleached out and cleaned out and everything, and see which one I'm going to use. More than likely the one that's on there, because that's probably why it's on there. So we have some dampener mount pivots. Okay, these are actually for to hold your shocks on. Brand new ones. Usually people give you extra stuff like this because this is what they were going to replace eventually. They know it needed to be replaced, and they never got around to it and decided, fuck it, let me sell it. Let me, hibernate for the winter and get ready for next year, or whatever people that race do, that aren't real gearheads or motorheads or bashers like us, or like me anyway, that doesn't matter. I'm a nitro head, running my shit, breaking in my shit 24 hours a day. Well, not 24 hours a day, but, all year round, I should say. I don't have an off season. Even if I was racing, I wouldn't have an off season. I'd still be running my shit and bashing and breaking in motors. So all of you retirees that are retired for the winter and just doing whatever projects and not running shit, not breaking in motors, not doing anything but maybe building, hey, to each his own, man. But that's not me, man. I'm a full-on gearhead. I gotta do some brapping. No E-word shit. None of that indoor bullshit. Oh, it's too cold, let me do indoor. No. Fuck all that. I don't care if it's, as long as it ain't raining or snowing or a thunderstorm or a tornado outside. I don't give a shit how cold it is and how wet it is. I'm brapping, okay? That's just the Muggy Maniac. This looks like an extra, one of those, chassis braces, and this is a whole extra gearbox. Okay, well maybe a gearbox needs to be replaced. So this makes me curious when you get all this extra shit brand new, that maybe that was what was going to be replaced or needs to be replaced eventually on this. So I will go through this whole damn thing, tear it all the way down, start at the front end, do that, then I'll do the rear end, then I'll do the center last like I usually do. And I'll get you guys updated on that. But that's it. That's the Muggy Maniacs brand new sick-ass whip. New whip, or newer whip, because I have another new whip. I mean, I'm accumulating whips now. Whips, motors, pipes, tires, everything, man. That's when you're a full-blown motorhead, gearhead, sick in the head, muggy, nitro maniac like me. That's what we do. Okay, so... Anyway, people, that's all I got. There she is, sitting, looking ready to get cleaned up. And soon she will be, or he will be, a made man. Okay, we're going to have to jump him in with the rest of my platforms. And we're going to do some comparing, because I've got two top-notch race-proven, race-inspired platforms, Tekno and Mugen, and we're going to compare, and I will tell you who's the biggest and baddest. We'll see, okay? I obviously will have a preference eventually. I love my Tekno. This thing handles like a buggy. This thing, you can whip it around like a buggy. I love it. So we'll see how the Mugen handles. So anyway, that's all I got. Muggy Maniacs out. Remember, when you're not running your motors, piston bottom dead center, after run, don't fuck your shit up. Peace out, people.